Hey guys, Chris with Token Vaping. Today's flavor review, I actually was really excited to get to do this one, mainly because I got the chance to meet somebody from the company. The name of the company is Banzai Vapors. You all know them. Most of you do. I'm pretty sure everybody's at least heard of them. Great company, great line, great person and Maddie Wilson that I got to meet at a vape meet. So follow her on Instagram. It's Maddie Wilson. Thank you very much for the honor and the pleasure. Great representative of the company itself. She's definitely a perfect example of what the vape community, the vape family, the passion and love behind the vaping business is. This company is actually based out of Lakewood, Washington, so they are local for me, which is really cool. And they were founded in 2012 by, I believe, the way that their site, which is BanzaiVapors.com, the way it describes it, started off with 2 of them, and then they brought one in and then another. So it's a total of 4 really good friends. The names are Brandon Bouchain, Joseph Howe, Mark Jarrett, and Jonathan Etter. They have just basically have gotten together, and it's one of those stories of, you know, we love to vape, but we're not happy with what's out there right now, so let's make something that is going to make everybody feel like they can afford the high shelf quality of products, whether they can or not. Because there are some companies, you know, that are patterned for the higher class vapors, and there's some that, you know, are just run-of-the-mills. It's not on purpose. It's not to make people feel different. It's just the way that things go. However, Banzai Vapors basically is looking at it as, you know what, whether you can or you can't, whether you are or you're not, you vape our product, we're going to make sure that you feel just as equal as the next vapor. That's really respectable. Like I said, I had the esteemed pleasure and honor to have met Maddie at a meet, and she had provided me a couple of samples to try out for the purpose of this video. They are, again, plastic sealed, and Banzai Vapors is actually a really big proponent for this, is that they should all have these on there. If there's anything wrong with these, and it's not just on their product, any product that uses them. You know, nowadays more and more people are leaning towards them just for the safety aspect. If there's ever any issue with this, whether it looks like it's been torn, ripped, anything, don't use it, just for safety value. Even if you paid for it, I'm sure the company that you got it from will be more than happy to reimburse it. But just for safety purposes, do not mess with a bottle that had one of those that's supposed to be there and it's not. It's just a safety precaution. Childproof safety caps, and they have their labels. This is their VHS, which basically is the vintage hypersweet. It's a sour blue raspberry licorice. Sorry, it's a 70-30 mix. It has their warning label, their ingredient label, made in the USA. On the other side, it has all of the advertisement type stuff, NIC level, VG-PG ratio, and basically where you can get a hold of all of them. BanzaiVapors.com, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Check them all out. You know, definitely hit them, like them, follow them, subscribe them, everything them. It is a great company. This is their Fairies and Cream, which is also a 70-30 mix. It is a strawberry, blueberries, and cream mixture. Very good. It's basically kind of like, literally, if you just took a bowl of strawberries and blueberries with a little bit of cream in them, and then just ate it like that. It's really good. And because we are local in Washington, yes, they do have one for the local team. It is called the Legion of Ploom. Surprisingly, this is a pomegranate citrus punch. It's very good. Very addicting too. I'm not a fan of pomegranate. It's just really tart for me. This definitely is worth it. It's very crisp, it's very light. It's literally basically throw ice in a glass, throw the punch in, sit back and enjoy it. Now it's in a bottle, so you can vape it. And then the other one is their Milk Plus. This is one of their most popular flavors. I can definitely see why. Upon opening this thing, you get hit with a waft. I like that word. I don't know why. You get hit with a waft of caramel smell, but not to the point of where you feel like somebody just took melted hot caramel, stuck it under your nose, and you just inhaled all of that sugar richness right up. It's strong enough that you know what it is, but it's light enough that it's not overbearing. But then it's also followed by a milky smoothness to it, so it's a really nice mixture. The Milk Plus and the Legion of Ploom are both an 80-20 mix, so it's definitely heavier on the vape. All of them are strong on flavor as well. Solid flavor all the way through, on point, definitely tastes the way it's supposed to. Not overpowering, but definitely any one of those will make an all-day vape what it's supposed to be. Now, they do have 4 specific lines on their website if you go through them. It's a Banzai, True, Dynasty, and High VG. Basically what they are is, the Banzai line is the Banzai Originals. There's 22 flavors there, and it's a wide range of stuff. It's a really nice mixture of fruity ones, dessert ones, savory, sweet. There's even a few that have like a minty menthol and are tobacco lined. So it's definitely a nice range. Those are all in plastic bottles. The True line is 30 flavors that are all one flavor specific. Now, what that means is each one is a specific flavor, whether it's a strawberry, blueberry, banana, so on and so on. The reason that they do it that way for this line is that they want you to kind of experiment, to play around with it, to find what works for you. So if you order, a pineapple, a banana, and a strawberry, you can kind of make your own like tropical pina colada mix almost. But then you get to play with the percentage of each to basically fine-tune it to your taste palette. So it's actually kind of cool that they have a line like that for people out there who just want to play around with some flavors and see what strikes them. Their Dynasty line is 5 of the more popular flavors, but they reformulate them and then put them into glass bottles for that, like these ones, for that high shelf type thing, because it's glass. So it kind of makes you feel like you have a higher quality type product when all of their stuff is just as high quality as the next. But they just do throw that in there just to kind of give that little extra oomph to it. And then they have their high VG line, which is in glass bottles. It is designed for maximum vaping, which is definitely going to be strong on the clouds, heavy on the flavor as well. All 4 of these flavors are in that high VG line, so that was definitely really cool to get to try those out. Now they do have another line that they just came out with, and I'm sure if you follow them on any type of media, you're going to have heard about this. It's called the Active Collection. It's not going to be available. They're expecting to launch it on October 1st. You can pre-order some of the bottles right now. They're going to regularly retail for about $19.99, which is the same price as their normal 30 ml bottles. Their 120s are $69.99. But right now you can pre-order these flavors for about $10 a piece, so you get them about half off. Now, they did 3 specific flavors with 3 different organizations. All 3 of them are heavy promoters for vaping communities, vapors' rights, vapors, associations as far as within the vaping community. It's not cigarettes, it's not smoking, it's not tobacco, it's not anything to do with anything else like that. Vaping is vaping. And these 3 are really big proponents for that. One is the Pink, I don't know why I always have trouble saying this, Pink Lung Brigade. And I know most people have seen the logo. It's basically a set of pink lungs. The name of the flavor is Pinky Swear. It is a crispy berry rice treat, which sounds really tempting anyway. Not Blowing Smoke is the second one. The name of the flavor is Pound It, and it is a sweet lemon pound cake. The third one is for the American Vaping Association. The name of the flavor is Sure Enough, and it is a fruit rainbow sherbet. That's the one I actually want to try just to see. We'll see. However, like I said, they do offer the 2 size bottles, the 30 ml, the 120 ml, for $19.99 and $69.99 respectively. They do offer 5 vapes. They have a 0, 1.5, which is actually starting to become more common with a lot of companies now. The 3, the 6, and the 12. They basically are starting at 1.5, I believe, because the 3 to a 0, if you're trying to cut out nicotine altogether, is still a pretty big jump. Anybody who's gone, from a 6 to a 3 knows how big of a jump that is. 3 to a 0 is still just as big of a jump. So the 1.5 is a really, obviously it's halfway, but it's a really nice transition into going into the 0, so you're not completely going cold turkey to it. So it's really cool that there's more companies that are picking up on that. Like I said, the 3 flavors that I did try for sure, I didn't bust open the VHS one yet. But the other 3 that I tried, definitely worthy of all-day vapes. Flavor on point, is exactly what it's supposed to be. The cloud production is amazing, and I'll show you that here in a second. But I can't say enough about the company itself. Banzai Vapors, they are definitely big in the vaping community. They're definitely huge when it comes to showing their support for vapors and their rights and the freedom of it, and why it is so different from tobacco and everything else, and why grouping them together and associating them as the same thing is so wrong. It's hard enough to be able to enjoy vaping just in general, but then when we have to fight and prove as to why it is so different when on paper it looks the same, so to speak, it's just it's so much more uphill battle, so to speak, than it should be. I mean, yes, from a distance you see 2 people exhaling smoke, you automatically assume they're smoking, whether one's vaping or they're both vaping. You don't know that. But there is such a huge difference between the 2, and it's just the fact that they're still trying to group them together just so they can get what they can out of it and in the same light. It just, it's a never-ending battle. So, anything and everything that can be done, anything that you can do as being a voice to help support, to help, to help the argument, to help the fight, anything, just, it doesn't hurt. Even just donating money towards this, as far as purchasing one of the active collection flavors, the bulk of all of that, if not all of it, goes straight into the funding for the different organizations, so that they can continue to help fight this ongoing battle that we're dealing with. But showing what true passion and love and community feel, and just being entirely about the vapors. Banzai Vapors is definitely a really good advocate and show of that. Like I said, I had the most esteemed pleasure to meet Maddie at a vape meet, and her dedication and her support and her passion for the company, and the community, and why she does what she does. It is an amazing example of what's out there, and if that's how everybody else at the company is, it is an amazing company then, and she is definitely a great example of the type of ambassador that you want to have rep you at anything. It doesn't matter whether it's a meet, a competition, a convention, a cruise, anything. Having people like her that care as much as she does for the business and the community and the people, it's nothing short of amazing. So, honestly, thank you so very much for the opportunity. Thank you for the pleasure of taking time to talk to me, not knowing me from anybody else, but still treating me like we've been friends. It's great. But I'm going to show you this real quick before I get completely sidetracked. But again, if you can pre-order some of those flavors and help continue the ongoing battle for vapors, it's definitely going to be a bonus and a plus. Besides that, it's just a great line anyway. So if you know a shop or are involved with a shop that, you know, is one of those rare few out there that has no idea who Banzai Vapors is, or has ever tried any of their juices, definitely suggest it to them. It is definitely a worthy addition to any lineup, in a shop, in a collection, in anything. You definitely will not be disappointed. This is the Milk Plus, and as always, I always start on a 56. Clouds. Definitely are not going to be disappointed on the clouds. Flavor-wise, like I said, first hit of it is the caramel, but then it automatically just jumps right into the smoothness of the milk, so it is just a very subtle, smooth, sweet vape. It's really addicting. I've been vaping on this thing all day. Take this up to 66, just to show you the difference in that as well. Clouds. You're not going to be disappointed, I promise you. If you're about clouds, you're going to like it. If you're about flavor, you're going to like it. There is nothing about this line that I would say is going to be a turnoff, other than maybe not being able to find a flavor that you like. But you know what? With as many flavors as Banzai offers, it would be really, really difficult to not be able to find at least one flavor, especially with their True line, where they have all the single flavors and you can make your own. They just basically give you as much of an opportunity to find something to enjoy. They give you the opportunity to find something to be able to vape on and feel just as good as the next vapor. But it's not too much. It's definitely worthy of an all-day vape. It's definitely worthy of anybody. There is not a single thing about this that you're going to look at and go, oh, that must be meant for those type of vapors, or that's only for these type of vapors. No, there is no those or these. It's just vapors. That's all the vaping community is. It's a group of people that vape because they want to, because they love to, because they support the feeling. They support each other in wanting to quit smoking. They support each other just to support each other. I can't say enough about that. You know, Banzai Vapors, a great company run by great people with great representatives. It is definitely worthy of any shop to carry, of anybody to vape on. BanzaiVapors.com, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Subscribe, follow, like, hit, tweet, whatever. You will not be disappointed. With that said, I'm Chris at Token Vaping. TokenVapingGmail.com, Instagram, Facebook. Subscribe, like, follow. I can't thank everybody enough for allowing me to continue to do this. It's all because of everybody else that's out there. Because people say, hey, I haven't had a chance to try this. You know, have you? Do you know what it tastes like? What do you think? All I want to do is help the vaping community as much as I can. I get people to ask all the time, hey, I hear you do a vaping review. I do. What would you suggest for blah blah blah? I'm honored that somebody would consider asking me that, because they trust me enough to give them advice that they're going to take and actually try. But again, it's all because of everybody out there, whether you just watch a video, whether you subscribe, whether you follow, whether you like. It's all an honor to me. It's something that I enjoy to do. It's something I'm glad to be able to do. So I can't thank all of you enough. I can't. But hit me up if you have any requests, any questions, any concerns. Constructive criticism is always welcome. Until next time, Chris with Token Vaping. Vape on, vape strong.